Hello, this is William McKissock with Schooley Mitchell, your expense reduction specialist. And a word of caution, this is not my day job. We're not a marketing company. We are an expense reduction company. And what we're doing is trying to help promote other businesses within the community. And this morning I have with me Doug Smaus. Good morning, Doug.
Hey, good morning, William. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Let me tell the listeners and the viewers a little bit more about your company, and then we'll just get into some questions, and you can tell me a little bit more about you and where you come from, etc. So Doug is with Rapid Water Technologies. You can see the name of the company there behind him. It's a company that creates nano bubbles at the chiller/cooler towers with the Rapid Water Technologies height generator, which reduces building energy costs and biofilm in those pipes. So an amazing system that helps reduce energy and costs for businesses and for residential. And Doug's going to tell us a little bit more about it as we go through this short interview. So Doug, tell me a little bit more about you and where you come from.
Yeah, born in Chicago, raised in Iowa, and graduated University of Iowa, and have been in for now 35 years in commercial manufacturing, both interior and exterior solutions. So that's what brought me to the connections here at Rapid Water Technologies.
So tell me a little bit more about Rapid Water Technology and what your role is within the company.
So we have a second generation now patent pending process of a RWT, or Rapid Water Technologies pipe generator that installs out at the cooler and the cooling towers. And what it does is reverses the polarity of the water to then provide that better water to the HVAC system that goes into the bigger building. And then the biofilm, because of the nanobubbles, the biofilm does not allow to collect inside the pipe and therefore reduces the energy cost to the building, reduces the biofilm, reduces the chemicals that are required to get rid of biofilm, so it reduces those as well. And lastly, reduces the maintenance costs required at the cooling tower or the chillers, just because of this simple pipe generator that we install.
Yeah, I mean, anybody watching this video, you'll know at Schooley Mitchell, we're an expense reduction company. So please listen to what Doug is saying. It's not just about cost, it's about energy, it's about efficiency. So Doug's system really kind of ties in with what we try to do at Schooley Mitchell, just in a completely different area, saving companies money and adding value to what you're doing in your business or your residential life. So what sets your technology apart, Doug, from the other companies that are maybe doing this in your space?
Well, in many of the conversations we've had with hospitals and education, the common response we get is it just can't be that simple. And we say, yes, it is, do the math. So when they do, they start realizing once they install the pipe generator, which there is no electrical component to it, as long as the water is flowing through the pipe generator that we install, we reverse the polarity of the water, we create the nanobubbles, and as they say, the rest is history, where all of a sudden your building energy costs start coming down, no biofilm. There may be some maintenance in the beginning to clean up all the biofilm out of the catchers. However, after that, it doesn't reduce any pipe flows to your overall system, but again, drops the energy cost to the building. And that's really what sets us apart. It is that simple.
We like things that reduce costs in Schooley Mitchell. That's our thing. So anybody watching this, please look at Doug's details behind him on the screen there and underneath him and get in touch with him if you want to save money for your building, if you're a commercial operation. So how long does it take, Doug, to install a system?
So depending on the system, we've had several hospitals right now, close to the holidays. We can be anywhere from the time of order to the time it installs, anywhere about 4 to 6 weeks. If there's a much more complicated install, then it might take just a bit longer, but on average, we're about 4 to 6 weeks.
So it sounds to me like it's a really simple process. It's not too onerous on the customer. Also, it happens fairly quickly, so it's quite rapid in the name of the company, but also in installing and getting things set up to provide the benefit.
Yeah, I say one thing I'll add, William, is, well, it's inside pipes. How do people know it works? And so we can actually install a Malvern meter, which actually measures the amount of change that occurs after it goes through the pipe. So, within the first month, you'll see some. Within 2 months, you'll see a lot more. And in 3 months, you'll see a lot more. So I think when you give it 90 days, you'll have the opportunity to see how it really does really work.
I'm guessing your energy bills will tell you that as well as what you've just described.
Right. And again, you have to be able to measure, you need to also be able to manage. So you need to know those costs.
Yeah. So where's the company headed? I know you do mostly commercial, and that's where you're reaching out at the moment, but you're also talking about residential. And you mentioned something about swimming pools. So can you tell me a little bit where the company's going, commercial and residential, and tell anybody watching this a little bit about what you're testing with swimming pools?
So, I was a student athlete in college, and in my sport, you never want to get too far ahead of yourself. So we're staying focused commercially, but several individuals within Rapid Water Technology said, what if? One of the gentlemen installed it at his pool, and therefore he, in the last 4 months, has not put in any chemicals to his pool. There's no algae, no black algae, no chemicals whatsoever, just because of these nanobubbles. There's another alternative use, albeit we're not even prepared to launch into this just yet. But imagine if you put a pipe generator, a mini one, at the home. As the water comes out of the tap, you're going to have plus or minus 9 pH water every single day, which, with bodies being highly acidic sometimes, the higher the alkalinity or higher pH, that water can be pretty healthy.
Yeah, and for anybody that doesn't understand the pH scale, anything above 6 in the pH scale is going towards the alkaline level. I know this from a previous life. So anything below 6 is acidic, and obviously the more alkaline at the right levels your water intake is the better for you, and that's what Doug was referring to there. So anyway, Doug, this has been great. I really appreciate what you're trying to do, especially as we're an expense reduction company. We like the idea of promoting businesses that help save businesses money, but also great for the environment because less chemicals used, less strain on the footprint of any company that's running these systems. Fantastic technology, fantastic business idea. And have you got anything else to add before we finish up, Doug?
Well, I think we're always going to be developing. We're solely focused on what will benefit the client. This is an opportunity where to do the math, you'll see how simple this technology occurs right outside at the cooler or the chiller of the bigger buildings. And William, thank you so very much for allowing me to come on your show today and share what's happening at Rapid Water Technologies.
Always a pleasure to promote something that brings such positivity to the world. And very quickly, before we finish up, Doug's details are obviously behind him, but his details are underneath his portion of the video, as are mine. So, Doug, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's been great having you on the show.
Great. Thank you so very much, William.
You're welcome. I now hand it over to Dave for the weather.